see the first one? He was half kind of insect in the head. Genetic, it had three heads. One right here, and another like a cat somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
This is what they look like.
They was doing the most with these guys.
And they was on Mars at the way station building up monuments and pyramids for Anzu. Alelu Sun. That's what they look like.
Does that go back really technically because they said they buried it because all this stuff was depicted there too. Right there over in the Middle East, all that place called back to there's things on the wall that look like this, and they buried it. They didn't want anybody ever to see it because they were cross humans and everything else.
These were the Gigi's, and these beings. Somebody they came and they was having sex with the regular humans and created some wild looking humans. This was another one of the beings.
Actually, buried all this stuff. I wanted to know this happened.
Look, this Etruscans
You know what
snatching somebody up.
movie depicts all these creatures? I don't know if you ever heard of this show called The Grimm. You ever heard of that show?
I've seen it. I didn't watch it, but I did.
Oh, all of these guys is on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is Etruscans kidnapping a dude because he got a phallus right there. Okay. See, this is a depiction of them too. In the middle right here, that's Murdoch. They whitewashed him. Yep. All right, this is another EGG that was on Mars. That's how they look.
Wow.
Yep. Another one. That's how they look. And this is Mortal Kombat. This is all the GGs. Now, when they lost the war with Marduk at the wedding, Marduk sent them underground. And then the Mortal Kombat, then they live in the world, inside the world. And since they had nothing to do, they just fought each other. They couldn't go nowhere, so they just set arenas and they would fight each other to the death. And they trapped down there. And this is a movie where it was showing the Etruscans got trapped in the underworld. You see how they got them helmets on like that? Well, okay, so there go Aura of Chaldea. This is where the Etruscans landed at, right by Babylon.
Wow.
They landed right there. And they came straight from Mars. And then they made it with the people of Chaldea, and that's what they was looking like. Hindu looking. All right. Now this is his name is Krill. He's one of the. I tell you a story. He a whistleblower said this. They came to the White House. Krill came with like 5 little minions, and when Krill walk out the room, his minions be acting up. You know what I mean, doing extra shit, being too much. And then when Krill would come back in, they would straighten up like they ain't do nothing. But one of the security of the president, I don't know, he was trigger happy, but he jerked, and one of the Krill minions shot him into dust.
What?
And met his destiny quick.
Wow.
The extraterrestrials are basically in control. The truth about extraterrestrials is far from frightening than ever imagined. The former President Eisenhower met with the Greys and signed another agreement with the species of the Greys. This was called the Tau 9 Treaty. He said, yo, Greys, y'all give me technology and I'll let you go abduct some people. And that was the treaty. But the Greys didn't want to abduct the Etherians, us, because we had melanin, we got a layer of protection.
Yeah.
So when the Grey try to say they try to put their consciousness in us, they will get trapped in our body because melanin is a protection.
Right.
And this is when you get entity attachments because the Greys can't leave our body. So we become Grey infested. All right. All right. February 20, 1954, they told Eisenhower they had been coming to Earth for 1,000 years and wished to continue. The Greys also said they wouldn't harm humans and would only monitor them by inserting a probe in their third eye or through their nose. They were interested in amorities for breeding purposes. This is why many people have reported pregnancies and then they go to the doctor for a checkup and the fetus is gone with the umbilical cord still intact. Now, I had many clients. Some of my clients tell me stories that they can't understand, but I do because I get all this. They will be pregnant and then out of nowhere they're not pregnant anymore. They will go to the doctors and the doctors say, oh, you're producing prolactin, but you're not pregnant. How can you produce prolactin if you're not pregnant? Or unless you got abducted and they took, and your body knew it was pregnant, so prolactin started to produce and they took your baby. Mm-hmm. This was what happened to mad people, and the doctors are in on this and they calling it miscarriages, and y'all just running with it. But y'all getting abducted and they're using your womb as a incubator, and they taking your child. They only need to take the child only got to be for 3 months. Beyonce said this on what's the melanin woman name that has her own top show?
Oprah, Jennifer Hudson. Okay.
She's on Beyonce's on Oprah show. She says this is the time where y'all remember Beyonce was pregnant and she sat in her chair and her belly folded.
Yes.
Oprah said the crowd would not let Beyonce leave Oprah's show without answering those questions. Mm-hmm. So Oprah was like, I gotta say it. I know it was a struggle. How did you get through all this? And Beyonce said her words. She said, well, we don't know about reptilian pregnancy. It only takes 3 months. Mm. The crowd didn't know what she was talking about. She said it only takes 3 months. So that she had to play out the rest of the months as she was pregnant. But they been took the baby out. And when she sit down, her stomach folded. She had a pillow on her stomach. She had to play the rest of the 9-month pregnancy.
She said that though out loud?
She said that out loud. And then they said they tried to bring up Jay-Z, and she quickly cut them off. Don't bring nothing up about it. I'm not answering nothing. She was like scared to talk about Jay-Z.
She's afraid of him, period.
Jay-Z's name is J-Ho. J-Ho is short for Jehovah. Jehovah was a Draconian.
She's very afraid of that man.
Wow. Jehovah was, and Jay-Z did an encore where he manifested Jehovah. Mm-hmm. He left, and they said, y'all want Jay-Z to come back and then y'all to say, Jehovah, Jehovah. And when you listen to the crowd, they saying Jehovah, Jehovah. And then Jay-Z came back outside as the uncle came back in the crowd, and everything he touched from there was gold. Anything he touched is gold.
So when that happens, you said abducted.
Yeah.
Like astral projection? Or?
They could take your physical, or they could take your astral body. And what they do on the ship to your astral body, it will integrate back into your physical body. So they will abduct you, and they will put something called their seed in you, and then they will put something called an entrant in you. An entrant is a parasite they attach to your uterus. The entrant monitors the baby's growth. And then once they take the baby out, they leave the entrant in there. And then the entrant hops inside of the egg, the empty egg, and then you might give birth to a narcissist type of child. The entrant, because it's biting on your uterus, it creates damage there. And then a cyst will encapsulate that damage. But if the entrant bites again, then another cyst will encapsulate. It bites again, and this will get polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Oh, an ovarian cyst, right?
On your uterus. This is an entrant from an abduction. Keep biting at your uterus. Keep attaching to it. Right? A fight. Huh?
So I have a question. This may not be on life, but this is like